Adam Richman has dazzled foodies for years, traveling the world and showing us mouth-watering dishes we can never forget. Now he's taking viewers on a culinary journey on the History Channel's The Food That Built America to learn the origins of classic American meals that have been in your pantry for decades. Take a look.
I think if you stop and you realize that the American pizza started in Kansas, that alone would give people pause. In Italy, there's very little cheese, very little sauce. It's not like we have in America. You could have a pizza that was just yummy comfort food that happened to be called pizza, even though it resembled traditional pizza as much as I resemble Beyonce.
Adam, it is good to see your face. How are you?
It is good to be seen. Lovely to see you as well. I'm doing okay.
Tell us about the foods that built America.
So Food That Built America are literally the stories of the entrepreneurs and the brands that created the food landscape that we live in. And it's a new way to look at the foods around you, a new way to look at the brands you already think you know and love.
You know, I was actually really surprised at how late pizza came into the United States
Right.
to become popular. And then it was like two Irish guys.
Well, I think that's the thing, like the mass-produced pizzas, like the Domino's and,
Yes.
and the Papa John's and the Pizza Hut. I think it's even funny now when like the country has like a love affair with kale to realize that for a long time, the largest purchaser of kale was Pizza Hut because they used it to line their salad bar. They didn't actually serve it. It was
Decorative.
just decorative.
That is so crazy. So this is not the only show you have on History Channel, Modern Marvels. They run kind of back to back.
If you're a fan of that really cool technology, I mean, those awesome little in-depth guides to the conveyor belts and the lasers, I think that people will be blown away when they realize how much high tech and how much skill goes into making the most simple snacks.
Anything would surprise you?
Tons. Everything from like going to a potato chip factory. They have a high-speed camera to sort the chips that can identify the green ones and the little brown ones.
Oh my God.
And it identifies it by color. And I'll tell you this, I don't want to spoil it. The liquid chocolate chips at Turkey Hill in their cookie dough ice cream broke my brain. The innovation and how quickly they did it, I was not prepared.
I read or heard that you were like such a huge fan of the History Channel to begin with. So how excited were you when you found out you got to do these two things?
I guess, it's that moment where someone you admire has faith in you. I think for me to go, oh my God, this network that I respect and admire is allowing me to tell the story of a country I love, of an industry I love, of an industry that's struggling that I get to champion. I'm blessed, and I love everyone at History Channel for giving me this shot.
Yeah, so I know that you have a travel journal that you've written about every restaurant that you've ever been to. I feel like people would really want to read that. Would you ever like publish it?
My food journal began, this is the truth, in 1995, I had a really harsh breakup, and I used to go for drives in Atlanta where I went to undergrad at Emory, and I found a little restaurant, and I went in there and I began writing about the restaurant and the music that was playing and the waitress's smile and the foods and the decor. And then in between, I realized my feelings and everything were coming out. So I published some of it in my first book, America the Edible. And even there, my mom was like, there were passages that I had a hard time reading.
Well, I know you also have, not like you're not doing enough, but you have this fun series on YouTube.
So it's called Biscuit Reviews from an American that you didn't even ask for. It was honestly born, I kid you not, I went to a Key Food in my neighborhood. So they had like all the European cookies. I took a picture. I put it on Twitter with the caption, European fam, which biscuit should I buy? And got something crazy, like 12,000 responses. And I tried different teas and I shout out small tea companies, small coffee roasters. I make my own almond milk now because quarantine.
Because why not? I got a nice dose of Adam Richman today. If you are a foodie, you have to watch The Food That Built America and Modern Marvels Sunday nights at 9 and 10 on the History Channel. You get a double dose of Adam Richman. Stay safe and stay well.
You too.